This is pretty cool. That's right, folks. Sponge-like fossil could be the Earth's earliest known animal. Yo, Top Damage Wizard, I'm sorry. If you think Smashing Pumpkins is better than Pearl Jam, I got news for you. You are like, first of all, you've ruined my segment. Second of all, like, it's okay. If you don't like Pearl Jam, fine. Right? Fine. But Smashing Pumpkins is better than... I can't even remotely take you seriously. Like, at this point, all credibility is lost. Like, you are a roving, like, group of biological material that has no positive contributions to society at this point. Smashing Pumpkins is better than Pearl Jam. What? Anyway, let's go on. Fossil discovered in northwest Canada could rewrite the early history of animal life, but some paleontologists are not convinced it's real. Let's read. Most major groups of animals, including arthropods, mollusks, and worms, first appear in the fossil record during the Cambrian explosion 541 million years ago. But according to a paper published today in Nature, sponge fossils from northwest Canada could be 350 million years older, significantly pushing back the date of Earth's earliest known animals. The ancient discovery is igniting debate among paleontologists who have long contested when complex animal life first evolved. If I'm right, animals emerged long before the first appearances of traditional animal fossils, says study author Elizabeth Turner, not to be confused with Nina Turner, a sedimentary geologist at Laurentian University in Sudbury, Canada. That would mean there's a deep back history of animals that just didn't get preserved very well, folks. Weird and wonderful shapes. Some scientists, however, are not convinced that the microscopic patterns in Turner's 890 million-year-old fossils indicate an ancient sponge, given the evidence provided in the study. It's such a big claim that you really have to eliminate all other possibilities, says Rachel Wood, a geoscientist at the University of Edinburgh, who researches fossil reefs. Microbes, for example, produce weird and wonderful shapes and forms. Sometimes crystals also grow in a way that looks like patterns formed by a living organism, she says, meaning that the rock samples Turner found might not be fossils at all. Interesting. Turner counters that none of the known reef-building organisms that existed 890 million years ago, such as cyanobacteria or algae, can explain the complex structures in her samples. She collected the purported fossils from an ancient microbial reefs preserved in the rocks of Canada's remote Northwest Territories, starting during her graduate studies in the 1990s. When Turner examined slices of the rock under a microscope, she saw branching networks of crystalline tubes. She later realized that these structures resemble the internal scaffolding of modern horny sponges, it's in the article, and line up with the expected decay of fossilized patterns of spongin, a collagen protein that forms at their scaffolding. I'm just reading the article. These rocks are beautiful. I guess they are beautiful, but you don't expect to find something that complicated or weird in them, she says. Early history of animal life. It wasn't until the past few years when she saw studies that describe similar structures in much younger rocks from a time when sponges were known to exist that Turner felt confident in publishing her results. But those studies too are disputed on the grounds that they may not be actual sponge fossils. The authors of one of these papers, too, took photographs of many thin slices of the rock sample and used them to generate a 3D model of the purported sponge. Wood says the similar piece of evidence would have strengthened Turner's claim if Turner's structures do prove to be sponge fossils, says David Gold, a geobiologist at the University of California, Davis. It would be very exciting and would help us nail down the early history of animal evolution, a subject that has been hotly debated for decades. So here we have a video here, so you can scroll through. You know, we have a Zoom call with dogs. What was that? Is that a cat? No, it's a dog. That's a chicken. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but here we got some sponges. And so we got some sponges. So that's a thing. There's a picture of some. There you go. But although it's easy to find things that look like sponges in fossil records, he says, it is more difficult to back them up with other evidence. He and other researchers, for instance, have supported 3 fossil claims by pointing to rock samples containing traces of biological molecules that are linked to sponges. Unfortunately, given the sheer age and type of Turner's rock samples, the type of preservation isn't really possible, he adds. So you can read the rest of this article yourself. I just want to believe that that's SpongeBob, and that's an ancient version of SpongeBob. Like, you know that episode where Squidward goes back in time, and it goes, future, and then, you know, there's the ancient sponge. That's what's going on here. And so, that's cool. So, I like science. I want to do, like, more, I want to, like, first of all, I want to be smarter when it comes to science, and I want to do more science-related stories, but there you go. Alright, motherfucker. I swear to God, if y'all are still talking about Smashing Motherfucking Pumpkins being better than Pearl Jam, I don't even know what to tell you. Like, again, this shit is ridiculous. Like, this is like